Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hola, hola todos. Hola. Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to a new live stream. How's it going? Today we are going to read some short stories in Spanish, and it's going to be very interesting because these stories are more like comic strips, so they're real. I didn't make them up, so it's going to be very interesting because of that. And I'm pretty sure you know about these short stories. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I live stream. Also, I want to give a big shout out to our Cafecito members, Christopher, Michael, Lucas, Schwatkowski. Sorry about that, Lucas. I butchered your name, but sorry about that. Also, big shout out to Raymond Sather, William Lopez, David Beaver, KS, Mr. or MR. Also, Han L. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the coffee. It's delicious. Thank you so much. And remember that we are live streaming. So if you want to ask questions, you can use the live chat for that. The only thing that you need to do is you need to subscribe to this channel because only subscribers can use the live chat. I see Russell D. Hola, Russell. Desde Colombia. Saludos hasta Colombia. Also, Lindsay Lau. Hola, profesora. Buenas noches. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué tal tu día hasta aquí? Hola, Lindsay. Bienvenida. Buenas noches a ti también. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? Lo mismo pregunto, Lindsay. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda contigo? Everything's good. Everything's good. My day is good so far. Mi día está muy bien hasta el momento. Hasta ahorita. Muchas gracias por preguntar. Also, María Grazia Boccolini. Welcome, María. Hola, profesora desde Italia. Saludos hasta Italia. Saludos. And thank you, Maria, for being here. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, by the way, if you want to support this channel, you can get a membership. It's not expensive. It's like $3. Essentially, you're just buying me some coffee because I love coffee, and you're also supporting this channel. So if you want to know more about that and the perks that you will be getting when getting a membership, you can click on the join button down below. Okay? Excellent. Okay. So as I said before, we are going to read some short stories, and we are going to read the whole thing, okay? The whole story in Spanish, of course. And then we will talk about it. We will break it down. We will, you can ask questions about what you didn't understand. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so let me just show you the first one. The first one is this right here. You know these guys, Calvin and Hobbes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get demonetized because of this, but I was thinking today, why don't we read some comic strips? That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. It's something you probably read them as well, so why not? And these are in Spanish. They're real, comic strips. I downloaded these from a website called, just let me double check the website, gocomics.com. Okay, so if you wanna check that out, I think they have them in English and in Spanish. I don't know if they have other languages, but I found some in Spanish. KS is in the house. Cuentos cortos. Esto es bueno. Te ves buena. Thank you, KS, and welcome. Okay, so the first one is this one. I'm just gonna zoom in, and we will read everything. As I said before, we're gonna read the whole thing, and then we will break it down, or we will, talk about things that we understood, or we can talk about what we understood. Okay, so the first, let's start. I'm gonna read the whole thing. Querido Santa, todos los años en esta época te mando una lista de lo que quiero para Navidad. Y todos los años lo ignoras rudamente y me traes cosas prácticas que no quiero para nada. ¿Cuál es el trato? ¿Estás loco? ¿Te volviste senil? ¿No sabes leer? ¿O eres un elfo vengativo y retorcido que destruye los sueños de los niñitos? Wow. Mejor que consultes esto con la almohada. Lo sé, pero me sentí bien al escribirlo. Okay. So it's a short story. We can see that Calvin, he's Calvin, right? And Hobbes is the tiger. I think so. If you want to clarify that for me, that would be great. So Calvin is writing a letter to Santa, okay? And he starts by saying, Hola, querido Santa, okay? So he says, Querido Santa. This means dear Santa, okay? Santa in Spanish is the same, English, Spanish. Querido means dear Santa. Querido Santa. Todos los años, every year, or technically you're saying all years. It's like saying every year, okay? Años, years. En esta época, around this season, or in this season, te mando una lista. I send you, te mando una lista, a list, de lo que quiero para Navidad, of what I want for Christmas. Okay, so he, like every kid, writes a letter to Santa saying, pretty much it's a list, and they talk about, or they say what they want for Christmas. Okay, presents, of course, and so on. List de lo que quiero, of what I want, okay, or about what I want para Navidad, Christmas. Para Navidad, for Christmas. Okay, so that is very, very easy to understand. And then we have this phrase here. Y todos los años lo ignoras rudamente y me traes cosas prácticas que no quiero para nada. ¿Cuál es el trato? Okay, ¿cuál es el trato? That's an interesting phrase they're using there. Okay, y todos los años, essentially you're saying an every year. Todos, we're using todos because, well, todos means all years, okay? So we're pretty much saying that every year something happens, okay? And what happens? Lo ignoras rudamente. So you're pretty much ignoring in a rude manner what I'm saying to you, Santa. That's pretty much what Calvin is saying. Lo ignoras, you ignore it. Rudamente, in a rude way, something that, it's just rude. So he's calling Santa rude. So the next part, y me traes, and you bring me. Me traes, y me traes, and you bring me. Cosas prácticas. Just practical things, okay? So I don't know exactly what this refers to, but it's probably something that Calvin doesn't want. Probably socks or t-shirts or something that is practical, something that he needs, nothing fun, maybe. Que no quiero, that I don't want. Que no quiero, that I don't want. Para nada, at all, okay? At all, para nada. ¿Cuál es el trato? This is just a literal translation of what's the deal? You know, what's the deal? You can also say, ¿qué pasa? And it's similar. I would have used ¿qué pasa? But in this translation, they say, ¿cuál es el trato? What's the deal? Okay? So remember that in Spanish, you can't translate word by word from Spanish into English because sometimes it doesn't make sense. In this case, ¿cuál means usually which one, okay? But in this situation, we are saying what's the deal? ¿Cuál es el trato? Okay, so that's a very common thing that happens in Spanish when people who speak English want to translate questions from English into Spanish. It gets tricky because sometimes you can't translate literally your question. Okay, so Nate Marks. Hello, Nate, querida amiga. Ojalá estés bien. Estoy muy bien. Muchas gracias, Nate. Welcome. Okay, María asks, ¿cómo se llama este cartoon, chico? Se llama Calvin and Hobbes. That is the name of the cartoon. And I believe Calvin is the kid. Yeah, Calvin is the kid. But yeah, it's a popular one. It's a very popular one. Okay, so the next frame says, ¿Estás loco? ¿Estás loco? Are you crazy? ¿Estás loco, Santa? Are you crazy, Santa? So you see double question marks here and here. So he's really angry. He's really, really angry. Okay. ¿Te volviste senil? ¿Te volviste senil? Are you senile? Senile? I think it's senile. 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 I can't pronounce the word senile. Okay. I believe that's a pronunciation. It pretty much is. It's saying, or he's saying, you are, out of your mind. Are you forgetting things? Senile, senile. I believe that's the translation. Te volviste senil. Ha! Well, how rude, Calvin. ¿No sabes leer? Don't you know how to read? ¿No sabes leer? Wow, okay, Calvin, chill out. ¿O eres un elfo vengativo y retorcido? Or are you, are you, are you an vengeful, revengeful elf? Twisted, revengeful elf? Elf, vengativo, revengeful, someone who wants to get back at you somehow. Retorcido means twisted, okay? It can be something literal or some behavior, okay? Maybe you're twisted in some way. Que destruye los sueños. That or who destroys the dreams. Los sueños, dreams. Destruir or destruye is like destroying something. So in this case, we're talking about dreams. So Santa maybe is, letting down. I think Santa's letting Calvin down for sure. De los niñitos. Los sueños de los niñitos, kids' dreams. Niñitos is just a way to say little kids, even though, well, kids are little, but little kids. Essentially, you're saying little kids. So Calvin is very angry. He's calling Santa loco, crazy, senile, senil. Don't you know how to read? No sabes leer? And so on. So it's just, he's insulting Santa here. The last part is, we see Hobbes saying, mejor que consultes esto con la almohada. So this is like saying literally that it's better that you take a break, or not like consultar, like consulting, something like that, or you should just give it a rest and consultes esto con la almohada. Almohada means pillow, so it's pretty much saying take it easy, go to bed, and maybe later when you're calm you can rethink what you're saying. Okay, so I think there's an English saying similar to, just to sleep on it. Yeah, Russell D, you're correct. Best to sleep on it. Exactly. So in this case, consultar con la almohada is a very common Spanish expression that is very similar to best to sleep on it. Okay, so calm down, chill out, Calvin. Just let it go for a bit, right? Lastly, Calvin says, lo sé. I know. Lo sé. Pero me sentí bien, but I felt well, or I felt good al escribirlo. I felt good writing this. Al escribirlo. Okay, so this is obviously advanced Spanish, but you're pretty much saying I know, or Calvin is saying I know, but I felt right, or I felt okay, good, just to write it, because he's angry. He's angry. He is angry with Santa. I don't know what he wanted, but Santa's not giving that to him. Okay, so this is a short story about a kid who is angry with Santa because he's not getting what he wants. Okay? So that's very good. I liked this story. Do you have any questions, guys? Any questions so far about this story? In the meantime, I'm going to get the other story ready. Okay. Remember, guys, that we have a Spanish community on Discord. So that is for free. If you want to join that community, you can click in the link down below, in the video description down below. It says Discord, and then we have the link to that. Sorry about that. to that community. It's free. Okay, the next one, guys. The next one is this one here. So it's short. This one is very short. Let's see. Oh cielos, oh cielos, oh cielos. Oh cielos. Hobbs says, ¿cuánto supones que cueste un auto? Apuesto a que al menos $75. Oh cielos. So this one is very easy. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they were doing, but they're chasing after, or they're trying to stop the car from going somewhere. In this case, I think it's, what is it, a lake? Or something like that. A pit? I don't know. But oh cielos, this phrase right here, that phrase right here means, oh dear, literally means, oh heavens. Oh heavens, or oh heavens, oh heavens. So yeah, it's like similar to saying, oh my God, oh dear, you know, like something is happening and you're like in shock. You can say that, oh cielos, oh cielos, oh cielos. And yeah, I mean, it's a common thing to say when something is not right. And then, well, we see that the phrase is the same. And then we have the last part that says, ¿cuánto supones que cueste un auto? ¿Cuánto supones que cueste un auto? How much do you think a car cost? So, because, you know, they might need to buy another one. They might need to buy another one. And apuesto a que al menos $75. I bet, apuesto. It's funny because apuesto means I bet, or it can also mean handsome. When you say un hombre apuesto, a very handsome or a handsome man. Okay, apuesto is usually handsome. That means handsome or I bet. It's weird. I know. Apuesto a que al menos $75. So I bet it costs minimum or at least $75. Okay, so that's what they're saying. And of course, a car is not, you can't buy a car for $75. So Calvin says, oh cielos. Okay, so I don't know if he realizes that maybe it might cost more than $75, or maybe $75 is way too much. Right? So it's quite funny that that happened. So this is an easy story. You know, nothing complicated. This one is easy. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Okay, the next one, guys. You can just ask questions at the end of this live stream or while I'm talking. It's fine, okay? I'll keep an eye on the live chat. Okay, so the next one says, Calvin says, es la tierra, casi estamos en casa. Es la tierra. Casi estamos en casa. Okay? And then Hobbs says, or Calvin, I'm not sure. I think it's Hobbes. Hobbes says, mira, puedes ver los continentes. Mira, puedes ver los continentes. Calvin says, sí, recuerdo mi atlas. Vivimos en un gran país rojo. Hobbes says, y la casa está junto a la E gigante en la palabra estados. Wow, this one is a bit confusing. This one is a bit confusing. I see Russell D has a question. ¿Qué es el propósito? ¿Cuál es el propósito de a qué? Okay, we'll talk about that in a second after this comic strip. Okay, so es la tierra, es la tierra, es la tierra. Es la tierra. That's earth, okay? Tierra can refer to earth or dirt, soil, okay? So that's quite interesting. Es la tierra. In this case, they are in space, traveling or something, and they got to earth. Es la tierra. It's earth. Casi estamos en casa. We are almost at home. Okay? Casi, casi estamos. Casi means almost. Okay? Estamos. We are almost. Casi estamos. En casa, at home. Okay? Mira. Look. Mira. Puedes ver. You can see los continentes. The continents. Okay? Mira. This is a very, very common expression to just say, hey, look. Or, look at whatever the person wants you to look at. Mira, mira. Puedes ver los continentes. Continentes means continents. Okay? So we're looking at the whole planet and continents, including continents. Ver. This is very interesting because mirar, in this case mira, and ver, that means look. Look. Mirar, ver, very similar verbs that can mean look and ver, to watch as well. Okay? So that's interesting. This is the confusing part. I don't understand it too well, but I'm going to translate it. Okay? Just an expression. Sí. Sí or sí. Sí recuerdo mi atlas. I don't know if they're missing an accent mark. Because without the accent mark, sí means if. With the accent mark, means yes. Okay? Sí. Recuerdo mi atlas. I remember my atlas. I think it's the map. Mi atlas. That's a map, isn't it? Atlas. Vivimos en un gran país rojo. We live in a big red country. I'm not sure what's going on here, but vivimos, we live en un gran, in a big país, country, rojo, red. In a big red country. En un gran país rojo. Do you understand this? Because I'm not sure what this refers to. But that's the translation. And then Hobbes says, y la casa and the house, y la casa and the house está, is, junto a la E, next to E, or the letter E. Junto a la, next to E. La E gigante, next to the giant E. Okay? Remember, in Spanish, we put adjectives after nouns. A la E gigante. Okay? In English, it's the other way around. En la palabra estados. In the word states. Estados, states. Palabra, word. Okay? So maybe they're taking literally how maps look or something like that. I'm not sure. Because, they're really not in space. So they probably think that the world looks like the maps that they have in their books. Maybe? That's what I understand. Okay. Any question? Let's go back. If you have any question about this one, you can let me know right now. In the meantime, we're going to talk about what Russell D is asking. ¿Cuál es el propósito de a qué? Okay. ¿A qué? ¿Cuánto supones que cueste un auto? Apuesto a qué. ¿A qué? Apuesto a qué. Okay, what's the purpose? The purpose is, as I said before, you can't translate word by word from English into Spanish. When you say apuesto a que, that's a phrase that means I bet it's whatever. Okay, so there's no translation. But if you remember the phrase apostar a que, because apuesto, that's conjugated, but the verb is apostar a que, that's similar to saying I bet this is expensive, or I bet that, I don't know, the car is, expensive or costs $75. So it's just a phrase that we use. So it's very helpful when you're learning a verb to learn how to use that verb in a sentence, because sometimes we have other words that go with the verb, and that forms some sort of a phrase, and you need it when speaking Spanish. So it's good to learn verbs, but also it's good to know if they have any extra things, in any extra words, like phrasal verbs in English, like get up, get out, sit down, look up. So it's similar in Spanish. We have some sort of phrasal verbs that have more words, that those verbs are more like a phrase than just the verb. So apuesto a que means I bet something happens, okay? Sorry, my computer is making a very weird noise. Okay. You're welcome, Russell. You're welcome. Okay, so let's move on. We read that. We read this one. Now let's do another one. I think we can do, let's see. I think we can do 3 more or so. And then I don't know if you like this, because if you do, we can do it more often. We can read more comic strips from different ones, not only Calvin and Hobbes, but other ones, like Mafalda. That's an interesting one from an Argentinian author or comic. How do you call the comic people? people who make comics. I'm not sure. Comic artist, something like that. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's read this one. Calvin, no te quiero arriba de ese árbol. Calvin's mom says that. Calvin, no te quiero arriba de ese árbol. Calvin says. ¿Por qué? Hobbes says. Algunas ramas, or the mom says, algunas ramas están secas y se podrían romper y caer baja. That is a weird translation. We'll talk about it. Calvin says, mamá arruina todo. Mamá arruina todo. Again, he's angry. Hobbes says, esto no es lo mismo, ¿verdad? Esto no es lo mismo, ¿verdad? So something's going on here. Okay. Garnet Horan says, español es muy complicado. Yes, I agree. I agree. Every language has its challenges. But it's not, I mean, that's why we're reading stories, right? So you understand or you practice your reading, your Spanish reading, and you listen as well. And we're trying to understand what we're reading as well. So that's something good. Don't give up. Every language can be complicated. But the more you practice, the better it gets. The more you will be able to speak the language. Okay, Calvin. The mom is saying that Calvin. So Calvin. I know now that the kid's name is Calvin. Okay, Calvin. No te quiero arriba de ese árbol. They missed an accent mark. Árbol needs an accent mark. So essentially the mom is saying, I don't want you. No te quiero. I don't want you. Arriba, up, in that tree. De ese árbol. Arriba de ese árbol. You're just saying that someone is up in a tree or on a tree, climbing a tree, and that person is very up high. It can be dangerous, but kids do that, right? Some kids do that. So the mom doesn't want Calvin to be up in that tree or on that tree. Okay, árbol, tree, arriba, up. No te quiero, I don't want you. You can't, if you say to someone, no te quiero, that means I don't want you, literally. Like can also mean I don't love you. I don't want you. I just don't want you at all. But in this case, when you add no te quiero arriba, so you're just saying that you don't want someone to do something, okay? No te quiero arriba de ese árbol. I don't want you up there, okay? Don't climb the tree. The next part. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Por qué? And this is two words, by the way. ¿Por qué? When you use it in a question. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? It also needs an accent mark. Algunas ramas, some branches. Algunas, some. Ramas, branches. Okay? Están secas. Are dry. Algunas ramas están secas. Some branches are dry. Y se podrían romper. And they can break. Okay? Yeah, that can happen, right? Y se podrían and they could romper, break. Okay. Y caer, baja. Y caer, baja. That doesn't make much sense to me. That translation is not, it's missing something. I would say, y te podrías caer, and you could fall. Y caer baja doesn't make any sense. Y caer, you're essentially saying, and, like you can fall. Caer, fall. Baja, low. So it doesn't make sense. I would say, personally, I would say, y te podrías caer. Okay, I don't know if you can see it here. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put it here, up here. I think you can see it. Y te podrías caer. And you could fall. Okay? Caer, fall. Fall down, fall. Te podrías, you could. You could caer, fall. So that makes more sense to me than y caer baja. I'm not sure what happened to that translation. Okay. Garnett Horan says, mi encanto el desafío. Me encanta el desafío. Good. That's great. Russell D says, ¿por qué el se antes podrían? Y se podrían romper. Se refers to, this word refers to the branches. Okay? So you are saying that the branches could break. So you need se. Instead of saying algunas ramas están secas y algunas ramas se podrían romper. So se is necessary there because it just makes sense. You don't have to repeat ramas, branches. Okay, but you need the word se because it's a pronoun and it just pretty much refers to the action of breaking. They could break. Y podrían, if you say y podrían romper without the se, doesn't make any sense. So the pronoun se is necessary there. Okay? It's a reflexive pronoun and it means themselves. Okay? Themselves. And in this case, we're talking about the branches. So it's a reflexive situation. If you don't know much about reflexive pronouns and how they work, I suggest you watch my video about it because I explain how the reflexive pronouns work. It's a very complicated topic, but I suggest you watch that lesson because it will make more sense if you watch the lesson. So essentially, yes, se is a reflexive pronoun and it's necessary there. That's the structure. Okay, then Calvin says, Mamá arruina todo. Mom ruins everything. That's a phrase that a lot of teenagers say. And apparently Calvin as well. So, mom ruins everything. Arruina, ruins. Todo, everything, todo, okay? So that's a good phrase. And then they are sitting on a ladder, a very small one. Probably the mom gave them that. I'm not sure. And Hobbes says, esto no es lo mismo, ¿verdad? This is not the same, right? Okay, so esto no es, this is not. Lo mismo, the same. Okay, esto no es lo mismo. This is not the same. ¿Verdad? Verdad is a very common expression to say right. Okay, so verdad literally means true or truth. Okay, truth. And in Spanish, this is very similar to right. Am I right? Okay. So, interesting. So far, so good. Okay. Any questions so far? Let's read two more, and that is it, guys. Okay, did I say two more like before? But I think we can do two more. Yeah, two more. Okay, so this one, let's read it. This is like two ladies only. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the mom and a friend. I'm not sure. So this person says, Nos vamos, Rosalind. Toma lo que quieras del refrigerador. Rosalind says, está bien. Adiós. Adiós. And then Rosalind asks, Calvin, ¿estás arriba? Calvin, ¿estás arriba? And, oh, tap, tap. What are those, like some arrow? I don't know, some arrows? Something like that. Rosalind dice, está bien, hora de dormir para Bonzo. Okay. Calvin says, ¿qué? Vete, no son ni las 6. ¿Qué? Vete, no son ni las 6. So this one is a very interesting one. It seems to be that this is the mom. And the mom is saying, nos vamos. We're leaving. Nos vamos. Rosalind? That's the name of this lady. Toma lo que quieras. Take whatever you want. From, del, refrigerador. This is a very long word. Refrigerador. Fridge. Okay, so that's what it means. You can also call it refri. Okay, just similar to fridge, refri. Then Rosalind says, está bien. Okay. It's okay. Okay, same thing. Adiós. Bye. Okay. Calvin, you know what that means. ¿Estás arriba? ¿Estás arriba? Are you upstairs? Okay, so arriba is a very versatile word. If you're talking about being upstairs, you can just say arriba. ¿Estás arriba? You don't have to say arriba de las escaleras. You don't have to say that if you ask, ¿estás arriba? Are you upstairs? Okay. And then we see that tap, tap. Okay, tap, tap. So she's not happy. This girl is not happy. The nanny isn't happy. Then Rosalind says, está bien. So she says está bien at the beginning to the mom and also to Calvin. And this is because, it's like saying enough, okay? This is similar. This phrase can mean okay, it's okay. Or when you're angry and you just say, está bien. It's like saying enough, okay? Enough. Similar to enough. Hora de dormir. Time to sleep. Hora de, time to dormir, sleep. Okay? Para bonzo. Bonzo, I don't know why she's calling Calvin bonzo. I think that's something that is used in English only. In Spanish, I don't think so. I don't think so. So she's pretty much saying time to sleep for bonzo. I don't know. Maybe it's just an insult. I'm not sure of this word. But yeah, bonzo. Okay, Russell D says, prefiero nevera. Yes. Yeah, that's another way to call fridge in Spanish. So you can call it refrigerador, refri, nevera, la nevera. Also in Spain is called frigorífico, frigorífico, frigorífico. So that's like even more complicated. I call it in Spanish refri, just refri. It's just easy. Okay, then Calvin says, Calvin dice. That's the translation, by the way. Calvin says, Calvin dice. ¿Qué? What? ¿Qué? Vete. Vete. Go away. I think the translation, probably Calvin said, get out of here, But the translation, sometimes translating things when they do it, professionally, sometimes they do it right. Sometimes it's like, what are they trying to say? But in this situation, I assume when Calvin says vete, that means just get out, get out. No son ni las 6. It's not even 6 p.m., probably 6 o'clock. So, no son ni las 6. It's not even 6 yet. Okay? So, that's what Calvin is saying. I don't know what time Calvin goes to bed. I assume around 8, maybe 9. I'm not sure. But it's too early for Calvin to go to bed. Okay. Garnet asks, ¿es lo mismo para cuando estás abajo? When you're downstairs. Yes, it's the same thing. You can, if you're in a house and you ask, ¿estás arriba? Are you upstairs? Or you could also say, ¿estás abajo? Are you downstairs? Okay? You're literally asking, are you up or are you down? Okay? And it works in Spanish. There's not a word to say upstairs, downstairs. We commonly say arriba, abajo. ¿Estás arriba? Are you upstairs? ¿Estás abajo? Are you downstairs? So, yeah, that's a great question. Thank you, Garnet. Russell D says, no tengo ni idea lo que significa bonzo en inglés. Bonzo. Let's see if I can find something. I cannot find something. Crazy. So it says bonzo is a slang word and it means crazy. There's a guy on our corner who shouts about the end of the world. I think he's a little bonzo. Oh, okay. Now we know. Now we know what that means. So I would change the word bonzo here with loco, hora de dormir para loco, para el loco, para el loco. I guess I would say loco. Loco is a very common word that means crazy. Just gonna put it here. Okay. Or instead of calling a kid loco, para el loco. Hora de dormir para el loco. I would call it more like travieso. Okay? Travieso means naughty. Okay? So I think that's a more accurate translation or a better word to use. So it could be like, hora de dormir para el travieso. Time to sleep for the naughty boy or something like that. So someone who misbehaves. Okay? Okay. Now, that's a good one. That's a good one. We learned many things right here. Now, let's do another one, the last one, and that would be it. That would be it. Okay, so once again, Calvin and Hobbes. Just need some water. Okay. Calvin dice, es un día oscuro para el club. Fuera la odio sababosa e idiota chica. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is going on? Calvin is an angry kid. Es un día oscuro para el club. Fuera la odio sababosa e idiota chica. Okay, interesting translation. We'll talk about it. Nuestro gran plan salió al revés y yo soy quien quedó empapado. Oh, la vergüenza, la ignominia. Whoa. Suspiro. Hobbes dice, si renuncias, puedo ser yo el dictador de por vida. Whoa, strong words. Calvin dice, yo no dije que fuera a renunciar. And he's yelling. Yo no dije que fuera a renunciar. Okay, so this is a peculiar story, short story. It's a bit weird, I gotta say. It's a bit weird. So, es un día oscuro. Es un día oscuro. Oof, it's a dark day. Or in this situation, a bad day para el club. For the club. So, they have a club. Something like that, I assume. Fuera. I'm not sure if they missed a comma there, but fuera means get out. When you yell at someone, I hope you never have to, but if you yell at someone, fuera, that means get out. Okay, fuera. Also, it's a conjugated form of the verb to be. Si fuera, if I was, something like that. But I'm not sure the context here. So it can mean get out. I think it means get out. La odio, la odiosa, babosa e idiota chica. Filthy mouth. Filthy mouth. La odiosa. The hateful. Okay. Odiosa. Odiosa means hateful. Babosa. I mean, babosa is a bad word. And that means it's literally the meaning is slimy. Okay. But it's an insult and it can mean idiot. You know, it's similar to saying idiot. So it's the hateful idiot. And again, idiot, idiota. Idiota means idiot. But it's pretty much a synonym. Babosa, idiota. They mean, you know, stupid, idiot. Babosa literally means slimy. But I mean... It is what it is. Chica means girl. Okay. Chica, girl. So I'm not sure. Maybe a girl tried to join the club, their club. I'm not sure. But he's hating this girl. I don't know for what reason, but he's hating her so much. And he's insulting her as well. I don't know. Nuestro gran plan or awesome plan, big plan, gran, big plan, okay, plan means the same, a plan, you know, salió al revés. Salió al revés. So it didn't come out as they wanted to. So it's the opposite of what they wanted to. Salió al revés. It's not what they expected. There's not a literal translation of this, but it's similar to saying that the plan is not what they wanted. Okay? The opposite. Al revés. Opposite. Also, al revés can mean upside down. Upside down, inside out, okay? So when you use al revés, when something, it's not literal, and you say al revés, salió al revés, salir al revés, that means that it didn't come out like you wanted to, and it's quite the opposite, okay? Y yo soy quien quedó empapado. And I was the one who got all wet. Okay, they were fighting or something. Maybe they had some water balloons or a water balloon fight. And he was the one who got all wet. Yo soy, I am, quien quedó, who ended up empapado. Wet. Okay? Oh, la vergüenza. The shame. Vergüenza means shame. So this is a literal translation of the phrase the shame. The shame. Okay? La vergüenza. And this is an interesting one. La ignominia. Ignominia. Ignominy. So apparently that is the meaning. Ignominia. I didn't know this word in English and in Spanish, but it's similar to disgrace. Okay? The shame. The disgrace. I assume so. So he's feeling really bad. Ignominia is not a common word to use in Spanish. But in this case, the cartoonist decided to use this word, which is fine, totally fine. Suspiro. This is like saying sigh, when you're sighing. Suspiro. That is the translation. Suspiro. Essentially, it means sighing, but the sigh. It's a noun. In this situation, it's a noun, and it means the sigh. Suspiro. Okay? It just works better in Spanish like that, as opposed to saying suspirar. Just in cartoons, you can see that sigh. So it's similar. Suspiro. Okay? And lastly, Hobbes dice, si renuncias, if you quit, si renuncias, puedo ser yo el dictador. I can be the dictator. Dictador. I didn't know the club had a dictator, but dictador means dictator. Puedo ser yo. I can be el dictador, the dictator. Okay? De por vida, which is redundant because usually dictators are dictators for life, right? It's not like there's elections or something like that. So that makes it quite funny, right? Then Calvin dice, yo no dije, I didn't say, yo no dije que fuera a renunciar, that I was going to quit. Okay? I didn't say that I was going to quit. Yo no dije que fuera a renunciar. In this case, remember, guys, that we don't use personal pronouns all the time. But in this case, you can see, obviously, this is a perfect example. You can see that it doesn't say yo. Yo no dije que yo fuera a renunciar. Okay? And that's because we already said yo at the beginning. So we don't need it. We don't need to say it over and over and over. So you can say it once and then avoid it. Yo no dije que fuera a renunciar. I didn't say I was going to quit. Okay? So this was the last comic strip. And I think it was funny. Especially the dictator part. I think it was quite funny. But do you have any questions? Do you have any questions, guys? Russell D says, es muy raro. Yes, I agree. Garnet Oren says, gracias, de nada. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. We can do this once a month or so. We can, or every 2 weeks. I'm not sure. Just let me know in the comment section down below, or right now on the live chat. Just let me know if you liked doing this. I think it was pretty cool. Some translations are weird, but it's interesting to read them and also think of better ways to say something in a better way. Just simplify it by simplifying it, or just by, making it easier to understand. But yeah, I think it's a very, very good one. And one word I learned was ignominia. Ignominia. Remember, that's similar to saying disgrace. Okay? And vergüenza. Que vergüenza. You can also say que vergüenza, right? I think it's a bit more common to say that more than la vergüenza. La vergüenza. I think it's better to say que vergüenza. Using the word que vergüenza. And that's similar to saying the shame. Okay, or I feel ashamed. Okay, no questions. I see no questions. Remember, guys, that I live stream every Tuesday, usually at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Today I had to do it a bit later because just I had things to do, but we did it. We learned some Spanish today, so that's something good. And I hope you like this. If you did, give this video a like. That helps me a lot. And I see Russell D says, super útil, aprendí mucho. That's awesome. I'm glad, Russell. Me gusta que hayas aprendido bastante. Y yeah, we can do this. We can do this again. You can suggest different cartoons if you want. Just let me know. Obviously, if you know where to find them as well, that will be great. If not, I can find them myself. That's not a problem. And remember also that you can subscribe to this channel. That's for free. You only need to click on the subscribe button. That helps this channel a lot. And also you will be able to use the live chat in future live streams. So please do that if you're not subscribed. Lindsay Lau says, muchas gracias, eres la mejor. Nos vemos la semana que viene. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Muchas gracias, Lindsay. Es muy bonito tu comentario. I like your comment. Thank you so much. Okay, take care, guys. Remember that you can get a membership on this channel. Just click on the join button down below. That helps this channel a lot. If you can, that will be great. If you get you spend a minute and read about the membership, I would appreciate that a lot. Okay, take care, guys. Have a lovely evening, night, morning, wherever you are. Que tengan una bonita noche, mañana, tarde, en donde quiera que estén. Nos vemos a la próxima. I'll see you next time, and cuídense. Adiós.